I used to be a Christian even before that. I used to attend churches, but I never had a group where I could go and share what is deep down in my heart. And I remember when I first joined a small group, Bible study group, the relationship that we have with one another, that I could share anything in my life to the other girls in the group, and they pray for me. So that kind of accountability with one another, that draws me to the group.
When I start to attend the church and the Bible studies, that's how I met Navigators. And then we had a Bible studies, a serious the discipleship group, and serious Bible studies. So I really enjoyed that.
The thing that we were studying is knowing the will of God. And I've never prayed about the will of God in my life before that. I know that I could pray what I want to the Lord, but I never prayed His will, because if I asked His will, I was afraid that He might send me to places which I don't want to go, and He'd ask me to do things which I don't like to do. So I never asked the Lord to do His will in my life. But the first time when I joined that group, we were studying the will of God. And then one of the questions I asked after that is, I never prayed the will of God in my life, and I'll never do it. And she said, but God knows the plan that He has for you. Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans that I have for you, a plan to give you a future and hope and not to harm you. So she gave me this, and during the week, I don't know, the Lord has transformed me. Next week I came and I said, now I can pray the will of God in my life, because God knows what's going to lie in the future, what's going to happen to me.
After the Bible studies that I had with the Navigators, at some point I felt that I have to move a little bit and then share what I learned and share what I know. So I wanted to serve the Lord, and then I prayed to the Lord, God, give me a way to serve.
Yeah, the People in Need ministry has begun in 1992, when at the end of the communist period, the end of the communist regime, then at that time many people from the countryside came to Addis to look for job and security. So they came and they end up on the street, and most of them are soldiers and civilians. So as the group, we were studying in different groups, we were studying Bible study, and we saw this need. And we saw that there are so many people on the street, and we said we need to do something about it. So we focus on the children and the mothers, because most children are on the street, and we said we need to save some of them who are with the family. So we started working with the family, with the children, and then the families, their parents.
I am the coordinator to the People in Need is by the way, I'm not the coordinator, God is the coordinator. The reason why I'm there is just to learn who God is and to share what I know. So from the Navigators lessons that I really put it in my heart, and want to remind myself every time is how Christ is the center of everything.
Bafukadu is one of the person who was the People in Need coordinator at the moment now. He's one of the People in Need coordinator. And we're grateful that he's with us, because he's meeting with the boys, and he's just like a friend. For them, he's just one of their peer friend, so he can disciple them.
I work in Navigators ministry in the People in Need as a part-time, and I work in another organization, a Christian organization called Point of Contact. In both organizations, I work with the poor. Here with People in Need with sponsoring kids, and Point of Contact is buying products from the marginalized people and selling to UK. So the reason why we buy products from the marginalized people is to preach the gospel, to share my life to them.
Like Christ came to preach the good news to the poor, to bind up the brokenhearted, and then to give freedom for the captives. And I was saying, Lord, this is what we need. That this is one thing that we need in Ethiopia. There are so many broken-hearted people, and they need you. So that's the thing that, we can preach the gospel through that.
As long as God is blessing the ministry, the ministry will expand. It will expand, and then we will address many communities, many children in Addis Ababa, in the city.